All right, awesome. We are going to get started. Welcome to all of you guys listening to this call. We're excited that you're here. We're excited that you want to hear more about Shaklee. This business has really been such a blessing for our family. Network marketing in general has just been a huge blessing. But this company in particular, we kind of feel like is a little bit of a hidden gem that people haven't heard about. Which I think is actually really cool when you're looking for network marketing companies, is those companies that a lot of people haven't heard of, but are also legit companies. So anyway, before we get started into more about the 10 reasons to start with Shaklee, we wanted to just take a second and introduce ourselves. So this is my husband, Chris. So Chris and we've been dating for 20 years.
Yes.
We, actually, I have another slide about us.
Oh, there you
Here
go.
we are. There's our
Wow.
family. So we met in college. We were both athletes in college. I was a volleyball player. He played baseball. And then he went on to play baseball professionally for a while.
I tricked a few people into thinking I was somewhat good for 17 years.
Right. He played for a really long time. We had all three of our kids while he was traveling and going through the minors and the major leagues. And we moved over 60 times during that time. I got really good at playing Tetris in our car.
Best Tetris player I know.
So
Kelly.
Because we would just take our suitcases and we'd like pack up our cars.
And you also get better at the more kids you have, the less stuff you actually bring. Because our first kid we literally packed our entire house in 2 vehicles. And then as soon as I got to Arizona, 6 days later, I got traded to the Tampa Bay Rays. So we had to pack everything back up and get it to Tampa Bay. So that was fun. But
each year, I think we took less and less as we traveled.
Significantly.
Yeah. So we obviously have a love for health and wellness and fitness. And while he was playing and he was traveling and I was kind of by myself in cities where I knew nobody, that's when I kind of first got involved with network marketing. And I got hooked. I'm a homebody. I love being with my kids, but I'm also very driven and I love working.
We're competitive,
very competitive. And so
we challenge each other like in the right ways. It's good.
Yeah. And so I love network marketing. I've been in it for 10 years. And then most recently, about 6 months ago, we switched over to Shaklee. So we were kind of at a crossroads where we were deciding if I was going to go back to work, if he was going to go back to work, what we were going to actually do. And then we kind of heard about Shaklee as a business opportunity, and it was a game changer for our family. So back in September, we actually tried the products.
Yeah, we did actually.
And fell in love with the products
the
first.
Vitamins. I did, well, Kelly and I both did. We did the meology assessment and then we got the vitamins sent to us. And I'm actually really skeptical by nature. And that is like with everything in life, not just supplements and stuff like that. But I've also been very weary because of what I did from being a baseball player. You know, you may or may not have heard of a lot of this, drug testing and stuff like that goes on these days. So I had to be really, really smart, and I had to know every single thing that I was putting in my body, because in baseball, your name is everything. And I wasn't good enough and I didn't make enough money if I was to get caught doing something I wasn't supposed to, like I would have never made it back from that. So I was always very, very skeptical, very aware of what was going in my body. And it wasn't until I actually took a chance and tried these vitamins. I had everything assured to me that it's actually called Beyond Organic, which is the most stringent testing, excuse me, that's a hard word to say tonight, that you can possibly get out there. So I felt very confident. And obviously I wasn't a baseball player anymore anyway, but it's just like my natural thought process, right? As I'm always skeptical. And the vitamins were the real deal. I kept telling her I was sleeping really good. And I felt like really refreshed in the morning. I had tons of energy, and I didn't realize that I wasn't sleeping good and I didn't have tons of energy until I actually started taking the vitamins, and I've been taking them ever since. So that's a plus, because these things are killer. And I'm not just saying that, like, that's skeptical Chris. I was really surprised. And I think that's what initially, because Kellie initially was, I think, skeptical. Gosh, I can't talk today. Skeptical about this opportunity to begin with. And it wasn't until I was like, no, these things are like the real deal.
Yeah.
That she was like, okay, now I think I'm going to really.
Within a couple weeks, we both felt so much better. And
you know, the thing too with her is Kellie's always been a really light sleeper. I mean, I guess that's what you do when you're a mom with 3 kids and you're by yourself a lot. She started to sleep through the night. And that's when I think it was like, okay, these things are pretty sweet.
Yeah. So the more products that we started trying, the more we fell in love with like everything. The products are, and we're going to go over that. The products are fantastic. And then we got into the business part of it. And that's when we were like blown away. So
we thought it was too good to be true.
We thought it was too good to be true. I still feel like I think it's too good to be true. I just am obsessed with this company. Okay. So we made a list of our 10 favorite things about Shaklee and why we think that if you're looking to start a business, these are things that are really special about Shaklee that make it different than other companies. And, you know, things that you can think about if you're deciding to jump in and join us. So
here we go.
Here we go. What is Shaklee? Number 1, longevity. Okay. So this is something I absolutely love. So this company has been around for 67 years. We just went on a trip, which we're going to talk more about. But we just went on a trip and there are people there that are 2nd generation Shaklee people that have been with the company 40, 50 years, 60 years.
Have been on 60 different
Shaklee trips. Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
Yes. So Dr. Shaklee was the one who created the company. He actually was the first person to ever create a multivitamin. And this company has just built its business on really high quality products and a really great reputation. I remember when we were looking to switch over, I was talking to my parents about it. And, my dad was like, oh yeah, I took Shaklee vitamins when I was a kid. And, you know, it's a lot of, every time you talk to people, if they've heard of it, they have something good to say about it, which is really cool. It's the most clinically tested company in the world, which they're very proud to say that. So
that's what I meant to say.
That's what, so a lot of supplement companies are not tested. So, you know, when you're buying something on Amazon or even going to the grocery store and buying it, you don't really know what's in it because nobody is testing it. And so our company goes, you know, above and beyond testing to make sure.
Juliet came down crying, saying that they were playing there and
hold on.
It came crashing down on her head.
Okay, muted. So now I lost my train of thought.
No, yeah. So they're tested because you can get stuff off.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just going to really quickly circle this back to what I was talking about a little bit earlier about me having to be so careful what went in our body, because some of those vitamins, like it could be just a vitamin C, like something as simple as a vitamin C that I was at Rayleigh's or Safeway or Publix or wherever, right? Any grocery store. And I'd go grab it off the shelf. And if I took it and maybe the vitamin C didn't have anything in it, but the company that made the vitamin C made other vitamins that had stuff that I couldn't take in it.
Yeah.
So I had to be obviously extremely careful with this. We don't have to worry about that now because everything that's in there, you know, it's in there.
Right.
And that's what makes my life a lot easier. Just because if I was still getting drug tested for baseball, I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Speaking of, they fuel 150 Olympic medals, which
pretty cool,
kind of going back to that, like Olympians are tested all the time. They have to make sure what they're taking is clean and
we actually talked to Olympian that's sponsored by Shaklee. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah.
They've been on every NASA mission since 1993. The cleaning products are in the White House. They have over 130 peer-reviewed third-party double-blind scientific studies. Like, I love it because
the fact that you just said that without that, I think is really important. I would have butchered that times like that.
I also love their gluten-free, dairy-free, food dye-free, no artificial flavors. That's really big for our family.
Right.
We are an organic, dye-free family. We really try to instill in our kids not to put crap in your body. And I love that this is a company that kind of supports that as well.
We also have one of our kids has a pretty severe food allergy and he's allergic to food coloring. So this is the food dye free is huge for us because now he can partake in stuff, because I think that's something that stinks. And I don't know if any of you out there have an allergy or somebody in your family that does, but it's like being left out, I think, is the part that hurt him the most. And when you're 8, that's really hard to deal with mentally. Even when you're 40, that's hard to deal with. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
All right. Number 2, the products. Okay. So we kind of already touched on this, but every single product that we've ever tried, we have fallen in love
Yeah.
with. They not only have nutrition products, personalized vitamins, but they have they have a skincare line that I'm obsessed with. They have lotion, they have deodorant, they have lip serum, they have exfoliant, like everything is super clean and tested and free of 2,500 harmful ingredients. So you can trust if you're buying a product that Shaklee is producing, that it has been tested, that it is clean, and that it's going to be, good for you. So I absolutely love that. And I think it was the products first that got us over, because we felt so much better. And yeah, one story I had with, we work out a ton, and
I don't know if you could tell.
switching to their Life Shake. I've actually increased my weights, like doubled.
Yeah,
what I was
that's
lifting.
a good point. Yeah.
And we work out together, and he's even seen it. Like I'm lifting our heavy weights, and I never used to ever touch our
those
heavy
things.
weights.
Yeah, those were a no-fly zone for you for a long time.
So it's kind of cool to actually see results, like when you're working out and you're taking things that are actually helping you see results
and feeling good doing it.
Yes.
That's kind of a cool thing too.
Yes. Because you can be healthy, you can work out, you can eat clean, and you can still feel like crap because you're not supplementing your body the way you need to be. And that's been huge for us. So the products are bar none amazing.
Products are awesome.
And here's just kind of a list of some of the products that we have. And we have weight loss products, skincare products, beauty, shampoo, conditioner. We have sunscreen, window cleaner, degreaser.
Sunscreen's legit, by the way, too.
Sunscreen's legit.
We just came back from the Shaklee trip in Cabo. Yes, that's right. You heard that right, Cabo. It was awesome. We'll get into that a little bit later. But the sunscreen, so I'm very pale as it is, and I burn quickly. Then I get really dark. I like, once I get that good base coat on, that's what it takes. But the sunscreen I was really impressed with, because that's another thing that you don't even realize has so many really bad things for you in it. But you're thinking, okay, I'm protecting myself, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And again, it's something you just grab off the shelf at the grocery store, and you don't think about it, right? You just spray it all over you. Well, there's like ridiculous amount of chemicals and stuff that get, seep into your body. That's terrible for you. So that's actually really cool. That was my thing. No, I don't really do, obviously I don't do the facial products or anything like that.
I've been trying to get him to do the skincare.
I'm good.
One of these days I'm gonna sneak
but
it in.
To be fair with the skincare, this is not a joke either. Like she's like as smooth as a baby's bottom. It's crazy.
All right.
We were talking about that this morning. I was like, what is going on?
I know. All right. Okay. Number 3 reason why you should join Shaklee. Their main mission in life is to make you feel younger longer. That's their goal. Their goal is to help people feel younger longer. And they have products there. They're going to help support you so that as you age, you are aging in a way that you're supporting your body, whether it's in your skin, in your supplements, in your products, those kinds of things. So I absolutely love that. Because what a cool mission to be a part of.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. Number 4 and number 5, I kind of combine these two. But number 4, network marketing, and number 5, the health and wellness industry. So why join Shaklee? Well, number 1, network marketing is kind of here to stay. And you guys have seen that. Like I've been in network marketing the past 10 years. It is a growing, thriving industry. Yeah. 80% of women, I don't know if you knew this, 80% of women that are millionaires have become millionaires because of network marketing. It's just insane. I know.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. So, and then the health and wellness industry is actually going to grow to a $7 trillion industry by 2025. So people are way more focused on their health, especially with everything that, we've gone through the last couple of years. People are really focused on their health and taking care of themselves from the inside out. And so Shaklee kind of aligns with both of those. The really cool thing is, like I said at the beginning, a lot of people have not heard of Shaklee because they hadn't really gotten into the social media space.
Right.
So a lot of the people that were with Shaklee, like I said, like there's 60 and 50-year-olds, 70-year-olds that have been with Shaklee that started growing this business through home parties, like think Tupperware parties that our parents used to have back in the day. That's how people grew their Shaklee business. And just recently in the last few years, they've really expanded to social media. And so people are just starting to hear about Shaklee. And if you've done network marketing before, you know that getting in before it's saturated is kind of a big deal. You want to be in when it's just starting growing, when people are just hearing about it. You don't want to join a company that people have been hearing that's super popular, because people always want to be trying the next new best thing. And so even though Shaklee's been around like 67 years, for a lot of us, we are just hearing about it, which is crazy. So not only do you have the reputation and the longevity of the company, but you have the fact that it's brand new and people are hearing about it. So it's like kind of this like golden nugget opportunity. Okay, so let's talk earning potential. So Shaklee is probably one of the most generous compensation plans.
That is 1,000%. It is not one of, it has to be like it is. So we came from another company, which we'll leave nameless right now.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
But yeah, which it doesn't matter. I should let her talk about it because this is her area. This is not my area, but seeing the compensation plan for both companies, it's not even in the same stratosphere. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. What I really like about Shaklee is if you come in and you're working hard and you're sharing these products with people, you're going to be compensated for it. And so here, let's dive in real quick. So these are the average monthly earnings. So the one thing I want to highlight, so these are monthly earnings and they kind of go up from this point, but the first rank advancement, so director, you can make about $1,000 a month, which is really great money, especially now with inflation and the cost of everything. Like an additional $1,000 a month would help anybody out right now. The great thing about that rank of director is you do not have to grow a team underneath you. You can
do that by yourself.
You can do that by yourself. You can hit that rank all by yourself. You can actually just sit at that rank. You don't have to grow a team. Now, the other ranks below it do have, a team underneath them. But even at like master coordinator, the very, very bottom rank that's on this list, there's only 6 people that you need to have underneath you. And that's very different from a lot of other companies. Yes. A lot of other companies are more structural based. You have to grow a team. You have to build it with a ton of people where you end up signing your spouse, your brother, your best friend, your uncle, because you got to have this huge structure in place.
And you have to like do it the right way. That was the issue with the last company, was if you didn't put somebody on the right leg, it could cost you a ton of money, like all the way up. Right. You don't have to worry about that here, which is pretty cool.
So the nice thing here is you're not jumping through hoops. There's no placement strategy. It's literally like just growing a business. And if you decide to grow a team underneath you, it doesn't have to be anything huge. It's just about getting these products in more people's hands. And if you're doing that, you're going to be compensated for it, which I love, because some people want to come in here and they don't want to manage a team. They don't want to add people underneath them. They just love the products and they want to share them with their friends and family. And there's an avenue for that. So just a quick overview of the compensation plan without getting into like all the nitty gritty, because it gets pretty confusing. But basically starting out as a brand new ambassador, you make 30 to 46% on everything that you sell, which is insane. That is such a generous commission. You also earn commission back on your personal purchases.
Which is pretty cool.
Like for the products I'm buying for Chris and I'm actually getting a commission back on those products as well, which is really cool. Like I talked about, there's no team requirement and there's tons of bonus opportunities, which we're going to jump into in a second. This is a little bit more of a visual on the compensation plan. So on the left-hand side, it just shows that you're going to make that mandatory. The least you're going to make as a brand new person is 30% on everything that you sell. And then over here on the right, it kind of shows that as you grow a team, there are so many different ways that you get paid. You get paid on all these different bonuses.
It's pretty crazy.
It's pretty insane how they start paying people. So, all right. So
This is the good stuff.
This is the good stuff. So this is a picture of my entire family of 5 at an all-inclusive resort in Cabo that we earned. So for my husband and I, it was 100% paid for. Flight, hotel,
Food,
shuttle to and from the hotel, everything was covered. And then we opted to pay a little extra and bring our kids because we just thought it would be a really fun family vacation. And so that is amazing. That's something that you can earn every single year. They call it their Star Club trip, and it is 100% paid for and 100% doable. They do not make this a trip that you have to sell millions of dollars to hit. It's a very doable trip. Like I said, they reward you if you just come in and you're doing the work and you're selling to a few people. You're going to hit these kinds of trips, which is really cool.
And the trip, you guys, was like one of the best trips we've had as a family. And we had friends there with us within the company, and we just had so much fun. And they made it so nice, so welcoming. Everybody was so friendly. They actually had a couple of slides ago, you saw the canisters of shakes. They had this huge shake station that you could go every morning, and they're just popping shakes out for you, whatever you want. Like the kids had a blast. It was a ton of fun.
They sent us a care package before.
Yeah, we got shirts, all kinds of.
They got shirts for the kids.
Then when we got there, we had these things waiting in our room. We had, well, for the girls, it was like some face stuff, and then I just partook in the sunscreen.
Yeah.
And then, you have some hydration stuff, like just really cool things, very thoughtful gifts, actually, not just like random, like here's a beach towel. It was, they put some thought into it, which was cool.
Yep. So then bonuses, there are so many bonus opportunities. You can earn a car bonus where they actually help pay your monthly car payment. You can earn up to $20,000 a year in rank bonuses. You can earn up to $1,500 a month in loyalty bonuses just for people being on loyalty order. And they have quarterly prizes. So last quarter's prize was the Lululemon mirror. So like these prizes are huge. Yeah. The Lululemon mirror is the standalone workout mirror that you like put on your wall and then you can work out. We haven't gotten it yet. It's on it's on its way.
It's on its way, but I'm very excited.
We've won an iPad.
We won an iPad.
Yeah, right.
I got it. I didn't win it. She won it, but I got it.
I did give it to him.
And I'm not mad at that.
Right. So we keep on saying like, oh my gosh, like we keep on just like earning these prizes, earning these bonuses. And it's just,
like we said, it's not at the other company. Okay. We won, like you had to work all so hard and you want a freaking Snuggie.
Okay.
Okay.
It's true.
Now we're winning really cool things.
Really cool prizes.
Really cool things.
I know.
Again, practical, right?
Yes.
Not that a Snuggie's not practical. I get it, but
they're very, very generous.
Yes.
And they treat their people really
well.
do.
Yeah.
Yes. So no requirements. So I just threw this slide up here because I wanted you to see some of the things that the company just will throw out. So this was a weekly what was going on for the week in the company, and they were talking about the quarterly incentive trip. So this is what we're working to earn right now, is a all-inclusive trip to Scottsdale, Arizona, just for fun. They had double loyalty points, they had percentage off a product, and they have new products that they're launching all the time. But that'll just give you kind of a high level view of what the company looks like. But what I love is there's no requirements. Okay. So there's no purchase requirements. There are no sales requirements. There are no quotas. You don't have to hit a certain amount or sell a certain amount or do a certain amount. That's one thing I keep on getting asked is how much product do I have to buy a month? How much do I have to stock product? Do I have to sell a certain amount to keep there is literally zero requirements. You are your boss. You decide how much you want to work, how much you want to sell, what you want to do. Obviously, you're going to be rewarded for the amount of work that you put in, but you're not going to have that thing hanging over your head that if you don't hit a certain thing that you're not going to get paid or anything. Right. And then number 10 is the community. So
this is the best part.
It's actually a picture of Taryn and Chris on there. Taryn's on the call. So the community here is something special. It's something that I have never experienced. A lot of these pictures, the corporate staff is in the picture with us. They are love to be involved with the field. They want to hear your perspective. You are not just a number here, you are like family. So they always say, welcome to the Shaklee family. And I remember the first day I signed up and they were like, welcome to the Shaklee family. I was like, okay, you know, whatever, like, great. But they mean it. Like, you become like family here. They love you, they care about you, they know you by name, they know your spouse by name, they know your kids. They want to get to know you. And the cool thing, like, even though this company has been around forever, there's only like 4,000 ambassadors. So it's very small. It is very intimate, and it just feels really special when you're a part of this company. Do you want to?
To be completely honest with you guys, I was absolutely.
There's Josh.
There's my +1 right there. He's on there. So for those of you that, well, maybe you can see the Zoom. He's the beautiful looking man right here in the matching suit, short and shirt, you know, the matching suit. Like, we will all next year, I'm going to get into this a little bit. We have created another community off of the Shaklee community for the husbands. Okay. And a few of the husbands, the Shaklee +1s, are in these photos here. But this was Josh's idea. And the three of us, Josh, James, Jensen, and myself, have started the Shaklee +1 community. We joked the last trip that we were all the +1s, right? And our wives are, you know, the ones who are obviously getting tons of recognition. And you see some of these pictures here, how cool this was. But we thought it would be cool to start a community that the husbands could get involved in, because when we do get to go on these really cool trips, we got to go play golf in Cabo. I mean, hanging out. We're actually going to do a virtual happy hour next week. I'm hoping when James gets back, because he's on another vacation, where we just kind of hang out and we'll have a few beers together and just have some fun. Like, we've really gotten to know each other, and obviously our wives are so close knit and work together. And that's part of the community that it kind of blew me away personally. Not that I didn't know these guys were really good guys already, but I think the fact that corporate, you know, and this is kind of cool for me because I'm a nobody, you know. She's the one who's Miss Big Shot over here. Like, she's the one who works for the company, but they knew my name. They knew all of our kids' names. And, you know, you may think that that's like non-sequential, but
it makes a big deal.
It's kind of a really cool personal touch. And everybody there, the owner of the company was walking around hanging out, like just hanging out, talking to everybody and anybody. It didn't have to be like the upper echelon of people. He was just hanging out, like having a drink with everybody and chatting. And, you know, this was at this huge company-wide dinner that they put on, and it was awesome. This was a couple of these pictures. We're at those. We had 2 different dinners on this trip, and it was so much fun. I mean, it was just it was a blast.
It was great. Okay, so those are our top 10. So the products, the people, the compensation plan, the community. It's every single part of this company is next level amazing. They have done a really, really amazing job. So I wanted to talk real quickly. If you guys decided to jump in and join Shaklee, join our team, first thing I'll say is you will be joining the fastest growing team in the company. And I say that because you will have a ton of support, mentorship. Your questions will be asked. Our team is always
questions will be asked and answered.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Our team's always throwing it, like doing incentives and prizes, and you will just have a ton of support, which again, for me, if I was going to switch companies and start network marketing again, I needed the products to be amazing, the compensation plan to make sense, but also to feel like I'm supported. And because while I was starting over, I obviously had a ton of experience, and I knew that coming in on a strong team makes a big difference. And so our team is growing very fast with a ton of experience and a ton of knowledge, and that has been really cool. So if you wanted to go ahead and get started, I always think the best way to get started is to get some products in your hand, because it's really hard to sell something that you've never tried yourself. And like I talked about on one of the points, the best part about this company is that it's truly going to give products in your hand that are going to make you feel better. And so most people get started with our Ready Set Wellness Bundle. I like to say it's like the starter kit for all people. So you get your custom vitamins based on you. You take a 5-minute assessment and it will pop out of 110 million different options, your personal pack based on how you answered the question.
That's actually really cool too, because, you know, like everybody's different, right? And we all have needs in other ways, like from a, I don't need to sound weird, like a physical perspective, right?
Yeah.
I may be deficient in iron and Kelly may be deficient in nothing because she's kind of superhuman.
No.
But like,
yeah,
it's cool that it's not just, you know, there's like, how many people are on these? Like 100 million people are on this. Like, it's crazy
cool
that it spits out an individual thing. You know, like that's the cool thing is, again, it's that personal touch. It's where, you know, it's not just mass produced, and there's some thought that goes behind.
We're not taking the same thing.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah,
makes sense. And I like it too. It takes the pressure off as an ambassador to feel like I don't have to tell people what they should be taking. Our company has laid that groundwork for us, and it makes it way easier. So you get your personal vitamins, you get 1 month of our life shakes, which build muscle,
they're good too. They really are.
And then
I just had one actually.
Yeah, I know, the peach one.
Yes, peach. Don't sleep on the peach.
And you get a boost of your choice, which is kind of cool. You get a custom your pack. And to start, normally it's $50 to add on the business starter kit, but this month it's half off. So it's only $25 to start your business, which is insane. $25 to start a business. And you get your first 3 months of website fees covered. So normally it's $15 a month, but when you sign up, you get 3 months free. So basically $25 for you to start your business for the next 3 months for $25, and you can kind of dive in and see how you like it, which I kind of love. It makes takes the pressure off. You get in, you start the products, you start your business, and you get going from there. So the best way to get started is with the Ready Set Wellness Bundle. You can also just add $150 worth of products and then add the ambassador fee for the 50% off, or you can just pay the $50 starter fee. If you're not purchasing anything, it is still the full price, the $49 to get started, but you can also do that. I've had people jump in and just pay for the starter fee and get started that way. So lots of options to get started. But we've been talking a lot, so I'm going to stop sharing. And if anybody on the call has any questions real quick, I can totally answer them. Or you can always ask questions to the ambassador that sent you to this call. So any questions? All right. Perfect. We must have done a good job.
I guess so.
But definitely reach out if you guys have any more questions. Hope to see you guys on our team. It's been a really fun community so far, and we know that there's going to be some awesome people joining us here pretty soon. So anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Talk to you soon. Bye guys.